What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. We had two games yesterday. We're on both home teams. Unfortunately, both road teams came in, both by the identical score of 3-0. It's not often that you're going to see that, but it's one of those games or those cards where didn't necessarily love it to begin with, so it's fine. We focus up. We got a new card today. 11 games in total to talk about. Plenty of money to be made. Let's not wait any longer. You guys know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. First game takes us to the Scotiabank Arena, where the Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Boston Bruins. This has become a true-to-form rivalry. These two teams do not like each other, but while both teams have had inconsistencies for the better part of the season, both are 6-7 so far this year. It's been the Boston Bruins that have had the Maple Leafs number, even going back to their playoff series last year and even before the playoffs even started. Boston has had the majority of the success against the Toronto Maple Leafs in years past. Like I said, both these teams have been struggling with consistency, but the defense has really stepped up for Boston in each of the last two games, back-to-back shutouts over Philadelphia and Seattle. I love my Leafs, don't get me wrong, but this is just feels like a very streaky team that we're going to kind of have to monitor as the season progresses. So while, like I said, I do love my Leafs, but I think that the value here is on the Bruins at plus money. Like I said, considering the history of this matchup and considering the form in between these two teams over the last few days. Next, we head to a matchup at the Bell Center between the Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. And realistically, I'll be 100% honest, two teams that I don't trust worth a lick right now. I mean, Calgary had that hot start to the year. It seems like it was ages ago, where now they're 6-5-1 on the year. They've dropped 5 of 6, and in all 5 of those losses, they've allowed at least 4 goals. Montreal, on the other hand, 4-7-1, 4-8 this season. And over the course of this 3-game losing streak that they're on, they've given up a combined 17 goals. So two teams I don't trust defensively, but two teams that have actually been able to put the puck in the net a little bit. I think this could easily be one of those 5-2 kind of games if one of these teams blows them out, or like a 4-3 kind of game. I think we're going to get some goals here one way or another. For me, not my favorite game on the board, but I'll lean towards the over 6.5 in this one. Now we head to the PNC Arena for a matchup between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Philadelphia Flyers. And, I was looking for a reason to get on board with Philadelphia because the history of these two teams, a lot of these games have been close. I mean, the last 10 games that have been played between these two that have been Flyers wins or a 1-goal victory for the Carolina Hurricanes. We're talking about, if I do some quick math here, 8 of the last 10 meetings have either been 1-goal wins for the Canes or an outright victory for the Philadelphia Flyers. So I was looking on a way to get on the Flyers plus the 1.5 at a coin flip price, but I just can't do it because it looks like Samuel Ersson is going to be, day to day. He could very well play here, but it looks like Alexei Kolosov could be in line to get the start if Ersson's not good to go here. And it's just not a good look against a Carolina team that's won 6 straight and 8 of 9, and a lot of those victories have been by multiple goals. So I'm going to lean towards the Carolina Hurricanes here on the puck line. Now we head to the KeyBank Arena for a matchup between the Buffalo Sabres and the Ottawa Senators, an Atlantic Division matchup here. And I went back and forth on this game, but I think the narrative with the Ottawa Senators has rung true. It's almost like their Vegas Golden Knights light are the Ottawa Senators because you back them at home, you fade them on the road, or you at least don't back them on the road. 5-1 straight up at home, 1-4 on the road this season, and that includes a lot of the recent games for Ottawa. Their last 3 losses have all come on the road. Their last 2 wins have come at home. Buffalo, they've been struggling right now, but I think they can at least do enough to potentially get the win here at home. Again, not one of my favorite games on the board. There are some of these games where I really just don't like the matchup, but I'll lean towards the Sabres here at home on the money line. Now we head to the UBS Arena for a matchup between the New York Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And again, two teams that I have had a hard time getting a feel for. Just when I'm ready to give both the benefit of the doubt, they fall apart. And the Pittsburgh Penguins have been playing slightly better, but it's worth keeping in mind that a lot of their recent success has come at home, where they are a 500 team. On the road this season, the Pittsburgh Penguins just 2-4-1. They were swept in their 4-game road trip and gave up a combined 18 goals in those games. The Islanders, I keep talking about, they are a team that are very hit or miss offensively. They've been held to 1 goal or less almost as many times as they've scored 3 or more this season. But I still think I trust them more in this matchup, given the fact that the Islanders have won 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two and 7 of the last 10. I also feel a little bit better about the state of the goaltending for the New York Islanders, with side by side comparing Alex Nedeljkovic and Joel Blomqvist for the Pens compared to Ilya Sorokin and Semyon Varlamov for the Islanders. So I'll lean towards the Islanders here at minus 135. Now we head to the Canada Life Arena, where the Winnipeg Jets take on the Utah Hockey Club. And Winnipeg just keeps on finding ways to get it done. They poured on 7 goals against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And you look at their last 9 games. This is a Winnipeg team. It's 11-1 this season, but their last 9 games, they have scored 4 or more goals 8 times. And the goaltending, even when it's been off, you can usually rely on Winnipeg's offense to be able to lift this team up. Utah, I will admit, has been fairly competitive on the road. They played 6 road games this season. They're 2-2-2, and even one of those regulation losses was only by 1 goal. So they've only had 1 game on the road this season that have been decided by multiple goals in a losing effort, and that was that 3-0 loss to the New Jersey Devils. Well, I think the Winnipeg Jets could hand them another one here. I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets to win this one in regulation. Also put a little bit on the puck line, minus 1.5 at plus 125. Now we go to the Nationwide Arena, where the St. Louis Blues take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, for me, without question, are the better team on paper. From just a name brand perspective, you look at the names up and down that roster, and you think, well, this Tampa Bay team is the better team. However, you look at Tampa Bay and their recent road games. This is a Tampa Bay team that has struggled. I mean, they've given up back-to-back games where they've given up at least 5 goals, and each of their last 5 losses on the road, the Tampa Bay Lightning have given up at least 5 goals. St. Louis, they've been hit or miss, but they have played their better hockey at home. They've won 3 of their last 4 games at home. They just beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, they beat Carolina, and they beat the Islanders. So they are no strangers to beating tough opposition on home ice. And I just think that Tampa Bay, while Tampa Bay, like I said, is a better team on paper, they are a lot more different when they're at home. They're 4-1 at home, just 3-4 on the road. So I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to lean towards the Blues at plus 140. Now we head to the XL Energy Center for the matchup between the Minnesota Wild and the Los Angeles Kings. And this is another interesting matchup, but I think I have to lean towards the Minnesota Wild here, because the Wild have just been the stronger team. I mean, they're 8-1-2 so far this season, 3-0-1 at home. They've won 3 straight and 7 of 8. The Los Angeles Kings are playing well, but they continue to just be one of those teams that sort of win 2, lose 1, and then win 1, lose 1. So they can never really string together these long, extended win streaks. And side by side, I trust the pairing of Philip Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury a little bit more than I trust Darcy Kemper and the occasional start from David Riddick. And when you get to it, like I said, I just think that the Minnesota special teams as well, that power play for Minnesota, I think is going to prove to be the difference here. I'm going to go with the Wild on the money line in this one at minus 160. Now we head to the Ball Arena, where the Colorado Avalanche take on the Seattle Kraken. And another game where, it seems like the Avalanche are the better team on paper, and I can understand why. The problem is that the Seattle Kraken have actually had a fair amount of success when they head into Colorado to take on the Avalanche. The Seattle Kraken are actually 6-1 straight up in their last 7 trips to Colorado to take on the Avalanche, and I'm just still not trusting this Colorado Avalanche team, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't like where the goaltending is at. I don't think it's conducive for a team that's trying to make a serious run at a Stanley Cup championship. And I think that it's just, like I said, I think it's just a tough look for the Avalanche, who have, weirdly enough, lost 3 straight games, all by the same final score of 5-2. So I'm going to take the Seattle Kraken here. I'm going to take a shot on Seattle. Sure, Seattle's had their own offensive issues where they've had trouble scoring. I mean, you look at their last 3 games, they've scored 1 goal combined in their last 3 and 1 or less in 4 of their last 5. Normally that scares me, straight off of a team. But like I said, the value here when Colorado I think is just overpriced and just based on name brand and the goaltending is not very good. I'm going to take the Kraken here plus 150. I'm going to put a little bit on the Kraken just for fun. Kraken to win 5-2 just in case it pops out another 5-2 result. Kraken to win 5-2 at plus 3,500. Now we head to the Honda Center where the Anaheim Ducks take on the Vancouver Canucks. And, this is just one of those games where it's just like I said, really hard to really find an angle in this one. But, I went back and forth on it. And at the end of the day, the Vancouver Canucks have just had the bulk of the success between these two teams, winning each of the last 7 meetings. The Vancouver Canucks, I just feel, are in a better place from just a success standpoint. They've won 5 of their last 7, while Anaheim has dropped 4 of their last 5, 6 of their last 8. And the majority of those, actually all those 8 games, they've scored 3 goals or less, but 2 goals or less in 5 of their last 7. So I'm going to go with the Vancouver Canucks to win this one in regulation, but I'm also going to go with them to win with a total of under 6. You can actually do a same game parlay, but the last 6 meetings between these two have all seen 5 goals or less. So I'm going to take the Canucks to win this one in regulation as well as the under 6. Our final game on Tuesday's card takes us to San Jose and the SAP Center where the Sharks take on the Blue Jackets. And this is not a pretty game to close out the schedule, but I think there's actually some value to be had here with the San Jose Sharks. Normally, I've been quick to back the Columbus Blue Jackets off of a loss. They were great on the puck line this season, 8-3 on the puck line, but a lot of that was in the underdog role. And now we're seeing the Blue Jackets favored, so I feel like that loses a little bit of its value. And the San Jose Sharks, had won 3 straight games before narrowly falling short against the Vancouver Canucks last time out. So San Jose, for me, has been a lot more competitive, and I just don't know if I'm in a place where I want to lay minus 135 with the Columbus Blue Jackets in a game. So I'm going to take the San Jose Sharks at plus money for a sprinkle to close out the card. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to pickdawgz.com, click the premium picks tab at the top of the page. Use the promo code PICK at checkout for an additional 15% off your purchase. It's where my best bets are. I see a lot of people in the comments say, "Oh well, you didn't like this game, or you lean towards this one." I'm telling you, if you want to know what the best of the best are, the ones that I love the most, I said you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. I'm just giving you guys an opinion on every game here. Do with it what you will. These are for you to fade, tail, do whatever with at your own risk. But like I said, my best bets are at Pickdawgz Premium, and they are credit guaranteed. So make sure that you check those out. But I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Let's cash some tickets. We'll see you guys.